Hello, Nori
Hello
Gee.
there,
Is that the right way to
Rokas.
say it?
It is, brother. It is. It stands for iron backwards. The town that I'm from is Accrington, and we're famous for the Accrington red brick, the Nori brick. The engineers at the brick factory, when they first designed it, they designed the stencil for the brick backwards by accident. So instead of it being printed, the iron brick, it came out Nori. So it got famous as the Nori red brick, but it actually means iron. So there's the story behind the Nori Gee, okay?
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Could you give an introduction about yourself?
Absolutely. My name's Graham. I'm 37. I live in Accrington, Lancashire in the UK. I've got a family, a wife with 4 children. We've been together for over 10 years and I've got some health problems with my children. I won't go into that on this. That's ultimately my fundamental reason for giving myself the giant kick up the arse that was needed to join the real world. And I'm glad that I did.
Interesting. And why do you say you're glad that you did? How did it contribute?
I've joined the real world 3 months ago. I wasted the first month trying to make money fast through the campuses such as stock trading and investing and crypto. It took me like a month to realize that's the end game. Once you've got money, that's not your way to getting money. So I took the skills that I already have, which is sales, graphic design, marketing, business, and I put them to use in the CC campus. I already had a website that was ticking away in the background. So I delved deep into the goal path and learned how to really speak on camera, how to deliver emotions, how to have confidence in what I'm saying. And after I started to do that, I began to see changes within my own business, my electronic cigarette company that I have. Really, that was the beginning. I only joined the CC campus to develop my own influential speaking and my own kind of social status. And it resulted in a fundamental career change, which we'll get onto a little bit more in a moment.
I mean, can go into it now since it's chronologically.
So ultimately, I joined the real world with a view to simply accelerate the growth of my e-commerce business. And I thought going down the influential speaking path, the gold path within the CC campus of the real world, following the Pope, was the way to accelerate the growth of my e-commerce website selling empty vape pens. Now, how wrong I was. Yes, it was the secret golden key. My website sales have grown exponentially as a result of this. I've shared evidence of the traffic. I'm probably now the #1 website in the country just through kind of putting my face behind it. Rather than just being a voice, rather than just being a website, I jumped in front of the camera and started shouting at people what I was doing. And that made a difference. It made a huge difference. Following on from that, this is the big difference in my career path. I went down the route of PCB, which is a course within the CC campus. So I'd already seen massive success with my own website, putting myself as an influential speaker, building my own brand. And then I joined the PCB, the Performance Creator Bootcamp. And that started teaching me how to really hone in my skills and then actually start outreaching to clients with a view to actually, follow them around with the camera, be their editor. That's where this all started now. So around about a month ago, I reached out to a celebrity named Subsy and gave him a shout out on Instagram. He messaged straight back and he said, "What do you do, bro?" And I said, "I do everything. I'm into music. I make videos. I'm into AI." Just basically described the CC course. And boom, within 24 hours, I'd secured myself an official position within FRB as his official editor and animator. That was a month ago. Within that time, we've set up a podcast business together. We have launched a sports commentary and broadcasting company. There's so many things in the pipeline that has happened in the short space of time of linking up with my business partner. And that's all down to PCB. That's all down to the goal path. And anybody who's already in the real world watching this will know every win that I post, every single time I am shouting about my achievements, what I'm really doing is thanking the Pope and the team. And I mean that, genuinely mean that, okay? People from the outside looking in think it's BS. This place isn't really there to help us. They don't really care. They just want the $50 a month. No, yes, they do. These people don't need your $50 a month and they're putting their all into helping people break free from the matrix. You pull your heads out your ass and start putting some work in, you see results, and that's the fact of the matter.
Mm-hmm. That was a lot that you just said in terms of storyline. So I would like to go back to before you even joined. What kind of skill sets did you have that you're making use of now? Was there anything relevant?
Yes. Absolutely, yeah. My primary skill set is IT. I was competent enough with computers at 12 to fully dismantle the hardware, rebuild it from scratch, reinstall the software. I could do that at 12. And then by the time I was like 13, 14, I was doing graphic design for my stepfather, my father's business. By the time I'd left school, I had a graphic design company doing business cards, websites, flyers. And I'm just an entrepreneur. I've tried probably over 30 different businesses in the last 20 years. I've learned in that time, service work doesn't pay. If you want to make money, you need something that's infinitely scalable. Don't put yourself under a ceiling because you're capped. So I chase dreams now. I try and set businesses up that are infinitely scalable. Yeah, so my background is IT, web design, graphic design, sales, business. They are the tools of which I've sharpened after joining the real world.
Interesting. Because someone who has your skill sets, let's say they join the real world, maybe they go to client acquisition campus, maybe business mastery, try to set up a business using the guidance that's there with their skill set. But you chose the content creation and AI campus. Was that because you had the vision of building your own personal brand, or was it something else?
Okay, I have the expertise of how not to do things from experience. So I know what to do when it comes to business, when it comes to websites, when it comes to marketing and advertising. What I didn't have, I always believed in myself, but I didn't know I could do it. That's the fucking difference, okay? Rokas, that's me talking from the heart. I don't mean, I'm not swearing at you, bro. But the difference is the real world, you understand that you know you can do it. It breaks down an extremely long and complicated equation that normal people like me can't necessarily fathom. And it breaks it down into blocks. Do this little bit. Now do that little bit. Now do this little bit. That is, yeah, that's what I'm getting at. But yeah, I've definitely done things the opposite way around. I had enough expertise. I had enough experience of how to build a website, how to outreach, how to do sales. I knew all that stuff, but there was something else missing. And the thing missing was me behind the camera. Me being the personal face of the company is the thing that's been missing from all of my businesses. I had a company that failed. It died during COVID. A company called Biopets, and we manufactured. We developed in-house this product. We manufactured it in-house. A dog groomer's hydrotherapy spa bath. It is effectively a hot tub for dogs. You can look it up. My first ever model that I launched was the Biopets Alpha XL. You'll see dozens of videos about it. If I had the confidence then, what I have now, I would already be a multimillionaire. That company had so much potential, but it failed because I wasn't capable of doing this. And that's the difference with the real world. The real world takes you from believing in yourself to knowing you can do it. And that's two completely different things.
Right.
The moment you know you can do it, that's manifestation. That's things are happening. The world is turning in your fucking favor. And that's the difference just between knowing and believing. Like, you can't believe in God if you know he exists. Do you see where I'm coming from, Rokas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Again, you
I
don't
used
know.
to believe in God. Now I know he exists.
I'll rephrase what you said. Let me know if this is what you're getting at. So first thing is, you don't know what you don't know. And what the real world gives you is an outside perspective looking into your life. Whereas when you're at that bottom, at that low, you don't know what route you need to take, how you need to get to where you want to go. And that's what the real world gives you. And now that you're there, you actually see, if you were there again, like, you know exactly what you need to do in order to get to where you are now and in future.
Thank you.
Is that right?
You said it so eloquently. I could only see what I'm saying. You are clearly a Gold Path Plus absolute boss. Okay? I'll watch this back probably 30 times to learn from how you're talking, Rokas, okay? I really appreciate your time.
Interesting. Thank you. How did you get all the ideas for your business? Because 30 businesses, that's a lot of ideas
is something I have never been short of. What the system likes to label a disability, I call my superpowers, okay? Bit of autism, bit of ADHD, bit of bipolar. Okay, I'm crazy enough to get the work done that nobody wants to do. I'm crazy enough to explore the ideas people are scared to think of. And that's the difference between me and most people. I'm not afraid to let my imagination go. But thankfully, my wife, Dawn, she is the yin to my yang. So she manages to filter out some of these bad ideas and helps me optimize the ones that are worth keeping. That's the truth.
That's super blessed. I don't know how else to say it.
Genuine.
Yeah,
Thank
definitely
you.
blessed. To have
I am
someone
very
like
blessed. I
that.
do feel very blessed.
Good.
You know, I've got a beautiful wife, 4 beautiful children. Everything is happening the way I want it to happen around me. And I never thought it was possible. When I joined 3 months ago, I was chilling, inverted commas, with my best friend. He was already following Andrew heavily by that point. The time scale, okay, there's a bit of a gap here that I've not mentioned. So I joined the real world 3 months ago, but I started following Andrew about 6 months ago. There was a 3-month period where I was trying to watch the leaked Hustlers University stuff on YouTube, and I was receiving emails from Andrew, and they're just his newsletters. I was replying to them like he was reading them, and there was a build up where I was growing belief in the process. I came into a bit of money. I paid for 6 months. We're halfway through, and I've generated over 20K. So do the math. It's worked out quite worthwhile.
Okay, very interesting. Do go into some more. How different is the average day now compared to before you joined the real world?
Bro, I said this when I posted my last win into the win section. If you're watching this and you're not part of the real world, okay? Once you get into the real world, you sign in, you see all the matrix numbers, boom, 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 and then you hit the main homepage. And when you're first landing there, it is the most overwhelmed you will ever be in your life. You have no idea where to start, okay? Once you figure the stuff out and you know your way around, okay? You have the leaderboard, you got the win sections. To get on the leaderboard, you have to post wins. So that's where I am. I'm at the top of the leaderboard in the CC campus. I'm the Nori Gee. If you pay the 50 and you get yourself in there, you can come and chat to me. But basically, this is what I've posted into the win section yesterday, Rokas. My life now compared to 3 months ago is my time is now so valuable. Money doesn't actually mean very much right now. It is more about managing my time, making sure I keep the home life balance intact. I'm doing this for them. Everything that I do is for them. So to neglect my obligations as a husband and as a father, to go and chase money, is backwards. It's circular notion. So my main task right now is to work like an absolute machine, get all my tasks done, but still manage my family. So I'm at a point where money doesn't matter, time matters, relationships matter, my health matters, and my wealth matters, but secondary to my time, my health, and my relationships, okay? Right. And I think that's a good place to be.
That's actually the right way around.
Thank you.
How you have it is definitely the right way around. Okay.
Thank you. I'm learning every day, but basically, if you're watching this and you're not a member yet, jump in, start listening to the Wu Down wisdom that's available, because these people will change your lives, okay? You start soaking up the knowledge that is being spouted. These people we're dealing with, they say it like it's normal. They say absolutely mind-boggling shit like it's normal. It takes you a while.
Their reality at that point.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. And I'm at a stage now, the people that I'm dealing with on a day-to-day basis, I'm working with celebrities, I'm working with millionaires every single day. At the weekend, I was VIP. I've started a sports commentary business with my business partner. So he's basically, because he's already a boxing promoter at this point, he's a musician, boxing promoter, he's got models, he's got a few things going on. So he decided, okay, I like you, I'm working with you, so you can help me with this and you can help me with that, and boom, 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 boom. So he's drip feeding me the work, okay, and positions, but he's leveling me up every single day. And that wouldn't happen if I didn't know I could do it, you know? And that comes from the real world. So when I say on my win post that I owe this to the Pope, I can mean it from the bottom of my heart, Rokas, you know? Every day I'm going in there trying to learn more wisdom, even though I'm flat out busy now. I haven't got time to do the work I've got to do. I still want to learn more. So it's addictive.
Very interesting. And now that's a very unique setup you have. So is there a story?
Would you like me to show you outside?
Oh, yes, I thought.
I'll give you a better view of it. Hold on. Okay, so if I click this button here, click that button there, click that button. Change.
Yes. But
it
there's
was
no microphone
down a little bit. There's a microphone in my hand. How's that, Rokas?
Does
that look pretty gang or what?
That is interesting.
So yeah, I'm sat outside my house in Accrington, Laneside. It's a new build, Ribblesdale Place. I love it. It's absolutely beautiful. Behind me, you've got bushes, flats. Yeah. It was going to be the Halo in Haslingden. That would have been a better backdrop, let me tell you.
Okay, I can say in none of the interviews has something like this happened before, where you...
No, I told you I'd give you an interview like no other Rokas. I wasn't lying.
Interesting. I do prefer the inside setup, though.
And it's warmer. It's warmer. So let me switch back, okay?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
And we're back.
We're back. All right. From chaos to order. Cool.
Yes, absolutely. Can I interview you?
I don't know. Can you? I mean, on
how did you get started
on the title and thumbnail, it does say Nori Gee. So
come on, brother. How did you get started in the real world? You kind of appeared out of nowhere. I didn't see this channel before I joined.
I done crypto. I done copywriting. I did marketing. I done quite a lot of stuff, and then I just saw how many wins there were everywhere. Thousands of student wins. So I thought, why not start interviewing them, since I had interview experience. So that's me. So
you came from an interview background, learned crypto and copywriting, and then what, you reached out to one of the captains and said, let me interview people?
I just started interviewing people, and then
you just started doing it. Like, yeah, I've done this.
From there.
Wow. See, you got some cojones.
Okay. Now back to interviewing you. Cool. Let's see. You're saying it changed your mindset basically completely. Then that allowed you to say a bit more about how you landed the person you're working with now. Did you say you?
I've had this conversation. I've had this conversation a couple of times, and I didn't follow the rule book 100%. I didn't cheat. I just didn't follow the rules. You're taught in PCB to make a video outreach to hook your client. But I quickly learned that people ignored you. So what I did instead is developed an attack angle to first of all grab their attention and raise questions. And then that forced them to open the communicational channel with me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So what I actually did is I just sat here with my phone. Microphone wasn't set up, nothing like that. I was just sat here and I just said, shout out Subsy, you sick guy. And I sent it, just tagged him in a post. That's it. I just gave him a shout out from my channel to his on Instagram. So he DM'd me. He said, bro, what do you do? I said, I do video editing, I do music, I do AI.
Yeah. Okay.
And he said, okay, can you help? So he gave me the opportunity then at that point to work on an upcoming music video that he's releasing. So I made like a 1 minute long little sample demo. So I did do the free value content. I did follow the procedure. It's just that I added a step at the beginning. Rather than just directly messaging him with a free value video, I kind of reverse engineered it a little bit, got him to reach out to me. What do you do, bro? So he just got a shout out. He didn't know who the hell I was. He just was like, who's this guy shouting me out? So he messaged me, what do you do?
Yep.
And I told him. And he said, okay, send me a video and we'll see. And I sent him one and I got the job. So
probably liked your energy. That was a part of it as well.
Promise you that's what it is. You have to know that you can do it. You have to follow the courses to know how to do it. And then you execute it. And if you do all that and you're the right person for the job, you're going to get the job.
Right.
If you just look like every other single person that's ever reached out to them, then you're probably not going to get the job.
Mm-hmm. And could you give a breakdown of where that 20,000 came from?
So as it currently stands, there's only 6,000 of that money, which is actually chunks of money from sponsorships, things that we're setting up. People like Hype Energy, people like... I've got Vape Vault. There's a few different companies that have already started sponsoring us. Like 95% of people in the CC campus just want to get paid as video editors. Okay? There's how much more than that. I'm a personality. I'm a character in myself. I've got multiple businesses myself, multiple things to bring to the table myself already. And I can do video editing. So, anything that I touch at the moment just seems to turn to gold. And I think it's because the people that are supporting me behind the scenes right now. That's the truth. Yeah, there's like 6K from sponsorships. There's a few grand in there from editing, and then like 10, 12K from sales, from website sales. I sell electronic vapes business to business. Okay. So that's what I do. But they can just go and buy them from China. So the skill that I have is to make them buy from me instead. Like, let me take care of the worry. Let me handle all the problems. And that's where the influential speaking has come from. That's where the confidence has been needed to kind of grab that attention. But I would say it's probably a 50-50 split right now between money from my own personal branded development, i.e. video editing, sponsorships, my own branded stuff. Probably 50-50 between that and the website at the moment. Sure. But like I say, last month it was 90% website. This month it's 50. So next month it's probably going to be 20. Cool, I haven't got the time, Rokas. If I'm being completely honest with you, I've neglected my other business for the past 2 months. I genuinely have. I've been kept that busy with work, for the editing, the development side with the businesses, with FRB. So unfortunately, my vape business it's took a little bit of a dive. But I know it's leading on to so much bigger, better things. It's going to be okay. It's just about, like, that's where I reached the conclusion that I mentioned to you before. It's time management now. I only have so many hours and I have to get certain things done. So I've had to rein things back a little bit, concentrate more on some of the more important things and allow things to go to the back burner, such as my website. And I never thought I'd say that really, but it's not that important to me anymore,
Are you not able to outsource some of that work?
I kind of have. That is the discussion that I've had with my wife the last few days. I gave her control basically, so that as things come through, she can just knock it off, lock it off, and it is only clicking buttons and making phone calls. So it's just that I'm making so many other more important phone calls these days. It has unfortunately taken a back seat, but she's recognised that. She stepped up. She said, listen, I can handle this, that, and the other. So I'll let her go with it, and it'll carry on burning away.
Very solid. Okay. What would you say was the biggest challenge you faced when you were first implementing lessons from the real world?
The biggest challenge that I faced is impatience. I think that the moment I paid the money, I wanted to see results. And that's not how it works. You can't chase the money. Okay, you can only chase the dream. You can only do what you can do. So rather than wasting time doing shit that's not going to make any money, it's about just battening down the hatches and getting into the courses. Do you know how much the Pope, he's the campus leader. He is our main guy. He's the GOAT. If you're not part of the real world, the GOAT is the Pope. And he loses his voice every day. He's losing his voice, screaming the same things to the same people, asking the same questions. How do you do this? Where do you find that? How do I do this? These people aren't never going to make it. If you want to make it in the real world, it's really as simple as this. Sign up, sign in, learn the courses, implement the courses. Don't get lost in all the hoo-ha. If you're stuck, reach out to a captain. You'll get the answer instantly. That's it. Literally, the summary is it is impossible not to make it if you put the work in. That's the true fact. It is impossible not to make it if you put the work in.
Right. And where was your life heading before you joined the real world? What kind of trajectory was it on?
I'd say a similar path. I think that you've probably accelerated my growth. I would have figured all this shit out, Rokas, eventually. I would have figured it all out eventually, You've definitely gave me shortcuts. You've definitely accelerated my growth exponentially. So why I always take my hat off to Pope, all right? Without him and his team, once I joined that campus, the energy's different. You get onto the live calls, the energy's different. You're getting shouted at, He doesn't beat around the bush. You're getting told that question's BS. You know, you're not even thinking about your question. I need more detail. You really do have to put the work in. Like, this place doesn't suffer fools. If you're coming in there talking shit, you're coming in there distracting people with nonsense, you get banished, you get shadow realmed. Yeah, this place is for G's. So if you're a G, you'll suit it just fine. You'll do very well. You know, but if you're making excuses, then you probably make another excuse about the real world. But yeah, for me, it's been the missing piece of the puzzle. It genuinely has. Without the last 3 months, the trajectory of my life, it would have taken a hell of a long time to get not very far. That's the truth.
And where do you see your life heading in the next? Actually, in the short term, medium term, and long term.
Oh, I've had this conversation with my wife last night. I've got a passion for music. I haven't stopped singing since I was a baby, and it just so happens that my new business partner won an MTV award 15 years ago, connected to every musician in the country. It just so happens that he has an open mic every single Thursday at one of his clubs. It just so happens that I've landed in that scene. So I'm at a position now where, do I want to chase my childhood dream? I never thought it was an option. I gave up on the dream. But do I actually want to potentially try and make it as a musician? I don't know. I didn't think I was going to be a sports commentator last week, but at the weekend I was commentating on a boxing match. So I don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 years. All I know is I am going to change my grandchildren's lives. All I know is one thing. I'm going to break generational curses. I'm going to make sure that my grandchildren are well fed. Okay. Whether I do that being a famous singer, whether I do that being a famous editor, whether I just stay behind the curtains like the Wizard of Oz, which I'm happy to do as well, I don't know. I just know that I'm going to create a legacy for my family, and that's all I care about.
Interesting. And very fair. And what does your family think about you being in the real world and following Andrew Tate? I'm presuming they do know, right?
Yeah, she absolutely does know. She knows the Pope's voice very well. Very well indeed. She even said to me a few days ago, bloody hell, you sound like the Pope. And I thought that was brilliant. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. No, my son, he's 9. He suffers badly with some shit, okay? But he's a warrior. He gets on with it. He's a little G. So he's fully aware. I have not hidden any truth from my son. He will not be a victim to the Matrix. He will not be a slave. He already understands that indoctrination and the bullshit the school are teaching. He can't wait to start learning this shit, okay? I'll leave him until he's 12. Like, in the traveler community, it's a big thing. I'm not a traveler, but I understand the way it works. And as soon as you hit 12, 13, if you're a boy and you're a traveler, you come out of school and you work with your dad, okay? So that's what I want. I want to smash it for the next couple of years. And then 2 years' time, I've got my apprentice. And that's when you'll see some shit. Mm-hmm. Wait until Caden's 16 and he's
okay. Very interesting.
You know where I'm coming from. Wait until Caden is 16, okay? Mm-hmm. I've got my own little Neo in the making.
And he'll be watching back on this interview as well.
Yes. Shout out to Caden Henry.
I'm sure. All right. In 7 years' time when you'll be watching this.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll be set by the time he's 16.
I just have a few more questions now.
Fire away.
Considering all the value you're getting from the real watch, why do you think they only charge $50 for everything that's provided to you?
I'll tell you why. They don't need the money. It's not... I think that the Tate brothers are so successful in every realm of human endeavor that they touch that this to them is a hobby. This to them is passion. This is their legacy. I mentioned a moment ago that I don't ultimately care what it is that takes me to that upper echelon, that makes me in the 1% club. Don't care. I have multiple skills. I know I'll get there. I don't care which one of them does it. When I get there, there's going to be certain things that I'm not happy about that I want to change about the world. And I'm going to use my money to do so. And I think that's what Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan are doing right now. Okay? When you get to a point where money doesn't exist, when you get to a point where You own every supercar. You have every expensive watch. You've got it all. What do you spend your money on? Yeah. I think that's what they're doing. I think that this cost them a lot of money to run. I don't think it makes them any money. That's what I think. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I don't think it makes them any money.
Oh, good. That's fine as also. And yeah, to wrap everything up, for people who are unsure about joining because they might think it could be a scam for the $50, what advice would you have to them?
Right. Okay, there's a few things on this point. First of all, what even is $50? $50. It's a number printed on a piece of paper by people with unlimited ink. Yeah? $50 isn't changing your world. It's not changing your life. If you had $1,000, if you had $50,000, if you had $100,000, it's not changing your life. What changes your life is insight and knowledge up here. This is how you change your life. And that's what you're buying with your $50. And it's priceless. If you're thinking about joining the real world and you're watching this video, just hit the button, sign up, stop being a wimp. You claim to want to leave. You claim to be a victim of the Matrix. Hit the button, sign up. What have you got to lose? What are you going to spend the £50 on? A crate of beers, a takeaway, cinema visit with your missus. Spend it on something proper, change your life, stop being a bum.
And it's as you say, you're investing in your mind, and it's your mind that will get you out of that situation. So very well said. Okay. And for people who want to find out more about you and contact you, where can they do so?
Yeah, so if you'd like to follow us, we're on YouTube with FRB Sports, FRB Podcast. We've also got the websites, and for myself, FRB Edits. I didn't even go down the line of Nori Gee Edits. I'm fully involved now with FRB, so even my edits is FRB. Okay, we've got all the domains registered. But primarily the socials that you want to be following me on: Official Cali Vapes on Instagram, FRB Edits on Instagram, FRB Sports on Instagram, FRB Podcast on Instagram. That's it.
Yeah. We'll add all of those to the description of the video. And yeah, Nori Gee, quite a story. We can do a follow-up again in 4 months or so, just to see how everything's progressing for you, because I'm sure a lot will happen.
Very excited to speak to you again in 4 months, Rokas, and just knowing that future interview is potential will give me even more fire burning in the meantime. So thank you for your time, Rokas.
Good. You as well. And yeah, till next interview. All the best.
Absolutely appreciate you. Thank you. Goodbye.